Onyx Tech Gaming here. Another Let's Play of Murder She Wrote. We'll play Murder in the Maples. Murder She Wrote. We'll play Murder in the Maple. Continuation of it. We're heading to Maple Hill Sugar Rush.
I just checked, and the scratch marks on the windowsill don't match the letter opener.
Yes, the gouge marks in the wood are rounder.
Maria, do you have anything around the sugar house that would fit the description of a thin, rounded tool?
No, not that I know of. The tree borer is the closest thing.
Chief, don't you think it's odd that the killer used a boar found inside the sugar house to kill Gerald? I mean, why search for a new tool for the murder instead of simply using the one they had to pry open the window?
There's getting to be entirely too many dead ends in this case. Let's double check and see if we missed anything here at the crime scene.
No wonder we were hearing buzzing noises. The beehive there. There it goes. Okay. Let's see. Horseshoe. Yeah, but what do I need for? They're getting slightly annoying, but chase waste wasps. Okay, where's the pesticides? Yeah, I didn't mean to click that thing again. I'm trying to click this. Yes. it's the same thing. Okay. Ha. There we go. No more buzzing. Wonder if these green fibers could have any I wonder if these green fibers could have come from something the killer was wearing when they climbed through the window. Okay. Should learn how to talk before I start these videos. I don't see a cinnamon. Oh, there it is. Probably tool or gardening tool. I want to say it is. It is. It was.
I'm just not sure what those green fibers we found on the windowsill might be from.
I have no idea. Let's head back to the station. Maybe my deputies made some progress on that dye.
Okay.
Chief, I've good news and bad news.
What's the bad news?
The bills found in the money clip at the crime scene can't be traced.
Swell.
How about the good news?
We're just about to do the final tests on that dye in the syrup bottle found at the sugar house.
Okay. Oh. I see this one. I'm not going to click until later. For the ones I don't see first. Or at least the ones I don't see right off the bat. That's 4 more, and that plus that's including this one right here. And I'm just not seeing the other 3. There's one. Okay. Keeping clicking on the flashlight, thinking that the light part might be one, but it's not. There's 2. there's that one. One more. Other than this one, I need one more. If I don't find it here in a second, I will use my hint button. Okay. Oh, right down there. Okay, from darkest to lightest. Um. Okay. But to me, it looks. I stick. No. I mean, this is definitely the darkest. This is definitely the lightest. Um. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doing it backwards. I was doing it. What? I was doing it backwards. I had it in the right order, just backwards.
Looks like the syrup bottle contained a dye called number 7 red.
Now that we know the exact type of dye Gerald planned to put into Maria's sap, we need to find out where it came from, and the first place to check is Nature's Gift Foods.
Chief, Mrs. Fletcher, what brings you back here?
Do you use number 7 red dye to color any of the foods you produce in this plant?
Definitely not.
You sound quite certain about that.
I am. You see, number 7 red is never used as a food coloring because it's highly toxic.
I'd like to take another look around to confirm that.
Certainly.
I did not know that's highly toxic. The joys of red food.
So if the dye Gerald was carrying isn't used as a food coloring because it's toxic, that makes what he was planning to do to Maria's batch of sap all the more serious.
But it also seems to rule out Nature's Gift Foods as its source. Well, back to the station.
And back to square one.
It's going to take forever to find out what the source of that dye was.
I'm afraid so.
Hello, Mark. I'm here to collect Gerald's belongings.
Of course, Sally. I'll have someone bring the box to your car while you're filling out the yellow release forms.
Mrs. Morgan, I nearly forgot. A friend had this scarf of Gerald's, and I offered to return it to you.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Fletcher. I hand-knit that scarf for Gerald last Christmas. I better fill out these forms and get back to the shop.
Hand-knit? Oh, dear.
What?
If Gerald didn't climb through the window at Maple Hill because he had a duplicate key, then he couldn't have been the one who left the green fibers behind on the windowsill.
So...
Let's have a look at the note Gerald received and those forms Sally just filled out.
I wonder... Let's see. Copy. The two prints Sally just left are an exact match to the small set of prints found at the murder scene. Donuts, of course. Everybody puts donuts with cops all the time. So you guys thinking what I'm thinking about the killer? Bullhorn. I don't see a bullhorn. Oh, there it is. Then a briefcase. Oh, we can do these. Okay, back to this puzzle again. Matching up the letters. Sometimes it gets it right off the bat, other times takes me a moment. Well, oh, there it is. maybe the Q? Yes, okay. Sure looks like same. Sure looks like the handwriting matches to me. So Sally must have written the note telling Gerald to sabotage Maple Hill.
There's only one logical explanation for why footprints exactly matching Sally's were found on the floor at the crime scene.
Plus, the fact that Sally's handwriting matched a note telling Gerald to meet that night at Maple Hill means we ought to pay her another visit.
Sure does.
Hello, Sally.
I didn't expect to see you again so soon. Any news on who killed Gerald?
All the evidence points to you, Sally.
What?
It's true. You knew about the affair your husband was having with Melanie Young and laid a careful plan to exact your revenge.
You're saying I lured my husband to Maple Hill and killed him?
In so many words, yes. You paid a visit to Gerald at Nature's Gift Foods and scribbled the note promising a reward if Gerald would sabotage Maple Hill. Then you left the note and the syrup bottle containing dye, likely yarn dye from this shop, for him to find.
That night, Gerald went to the sugar house, but you'd gotten there first. You used a steel knitting needle to pry open the window and get inside to wait for him.
But a knitting needle is not a good stabbing weapon, so you used the tree boar instead. Not only did it make a better weapon, but it would cast suspicion on Maria as the killer.
This is ridiculous speculation. I have better things to do than listen to your silly stories. Now, if you'll excuse me.
What do you guys think? Do you think it's preposterous? Or do you think it is true? Okay, and then next we do enough. Okay. Oops. Oh, what's too good? I guess they have to do labor layer. Too bad to do it labor layer. Come on. Aha. This knitting needle is barely scratched and bent. I'm betting it's the one that made the marks we found on the sugar house windowsill. Duh. kitty cat. I love kitties. Cats are my all-time favorite animal. Love them. If I could, I would definitely have one right now. I would have a few if I could. But sadly, I can't. The place I live in doesn't allow pets unless it's a service animal. For the camera. Which I do not see. I'll come back looking for it. Arrange the yarn. Oh. 3 moves, 3 moves, 3 squares, 4 colors each. 0 loose threads. I am guessing that's not gonna be right. Because I don't have a I also did that. That. Okay, there we go. Chief, look, those look like bloodstains. Sally must have been hanging on to this sweater until she had the opportunity to get rid of it. Looks like it. Now for that camera. Okay.
When we compare the fibers from that sweater we just found to the fibers left on the windowsill at the crime scene,
They'll match. I'll save you the trouble.
Sally, why would you want to kill Gerald?
Because when I found out he was cheating on me with Melanie, I was furious.
how did you find out?
One evening, I was alone. Gerald was working late again, or so he said, so I decided to go out for coffee. At one point, I went to use the powder room, and I passed Melanie's office. The door was slightly ajar, and I saw the two of them together.
You didn't confront them?
I almost did, but then I thought of a better plan. One that would allow me to get even with Gerald. I set him up to break into Maple Hill and photograph him in the act of tampering with Maria's equipment.
To get him fired from his new job?
But when he arrived, I couldn't help but confront him about his affair. And he laughed at me. He turned to go and I lost it. I grabbed the maple board and I rammed it in his back.
Sally, I'm placing you under arrest for the murder of your husband. And this time, I'm not jumping to any conclusions. Right, Mrs. Fletcher?
Right, Chief.
Jess, as a thank you, I'll treat you to the most decadent coffee beverage on the menu.
That's very kind, Maria, but I think I'd be happiest with a simple cup of tea.
Suit yourself. A double-shot mocha latte for me.
Have you made any decisions about what you're going to do now?
Well, this year's batch of maple sap has been ruined. After having a dead body soaking in it, I certainly can't use it to make syrup.
I should say not.
But I'm optimistic. My insurance should cover the loss, and Joanne Marshall and I have started new negotiations.
Really?
Yep, Nature's Gift Foods has a new offer on the table, allowing me to operate Maple Hill as an independent subsidiary.
That sounds like it will benefit both of you very well. To sweet success.
Hear, hear.
Okay. There you have it. I will see you guys in the next video, which will be starting a new book or a new story, new murder case. It's going to be A Garden to Die For, which is going to be the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share. It all really does help me out. So don't do all that stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.